Mom takes me to the movies. I tell her what's going on in the silent parts. If they are exciting, she has to remind me to whisper. She takes me to musicals. My Fair Lady is the one we like the best, and we know the words to all the songs. We sing them very loudly while Mom curls my hair. Mom and I take tap dancing lessons together. At my cousin's wedding, we tapped to the tune of Tea for Two. I also dance when Mom plays the piano. There's braille sheet music, but Mom plays by ear. Sometimes Mom and I play duets, the way she and Dad did years ago. I always open the front door so the people on my street can listen. At my gymnastic class, Mom can't tell my thumbs from anybody else's. I'm still glad she's there. Once, a girl in my class asked Mom, "Can you see anything?" Her mother scolded her, but I said it was okay. Joel and I ask other handicapped people questions. We think it's being interested, not rude. On Saturdays, Joel and I ride our bikes. Mom and Dad come along on their two-seater. Mom pedals and I steer. Dad always says. The bike is so unusual that everybody stares at us, but they don't know Mom is blind. Mom plays baseball with Joel and me. Joe calls her the designated hitter. She can't catch, but if she throws the ball up herself, she sure can hit. She takes me swimming. We like the neighborhood pool best because the lanes are roped off and she can't crash into other swimmers. On Tuesdays, Mom volunteers at my school. It makes me feel important. She talks about books in the reading classes. Sometimes kids tell her stories, which she types into book for them. Before she became blind, Mom taught elementary school. Now she is a writer. She has a computer that speaks every word she types. When I interrupt her at the computer, she makes it say,
"Give me a smooch, Leslie."
Until Mom got the computer, she used a regular typewriter. I read her chapters onto tape. Once, Mom typed a story all over my math homework. Luckily, my teacher could find my answers, and she read Mom's story to the class. I guess Mom makes more mistakes than other mothers, but mostly they're silly ones, like spraying lemon furniture polish instead of starch when she was ironing my dress. Mom made the funniest mistake at the airport. She threw her arms around a man who sounded like her brother. It was the pilot, but he laughed and hugged Mom back. Sometimes her mistakes embarrass me, like when she keeps talking to a clerk who's walked away. I nudge her and say, "She's gone." Or when Mom answers people who are not even talking to her. Once, in a hotel, a man said, "Oh, you're beautiful." Mom thanked him, but he explained, "I was talking to your dog." Joel's soccer games, all he hears are 12-year-olds puffing and thudding down the field. When the crowd cheers, "Yay!" and I say, "Joel scored," she jumps and screams, even if the rest of the people have gotten quiet again. This makes me cringe. But the worst was the time I goofed and told her Joel had scored when he hadn't. Mom jumped up and yelled, "Way to go, Joel!" Joel's face got all red, and he called right from the field, "Evan scored, Mom, not me!" When I tell Mom I'm embarrassed, she pulls my nose and says, "That's what parents are for, embarrassing their children." I think I'm a little different from kids with regular mothers. I don't always laugh at jokes that call somebody blind just for not seeing something. To me, that's not exactly funny. I have to remember things better. If I forget to pack my lunch or homework, Mom has to ride 2 buses to get to my school. I help Mom more, reading to her and telling her if her lipstick is crooked. I also wash fingerprints from the wall and stains from my clothes. Mum pays me for being her special helper. Charlotte thinks it's funny that Joel and I put Mum's hand on things we described to her, like a design I created or a puppet Joel made. I hold Mum's hand, sit on her lap, and hug her a lot. I tell Charlotte it's the same as her smiling at her mum, but I think it's better. Joel says he's too old for this mushy stuff, but Mum hugs him anyway. Blind parents get special privileges, she says. Mum plans to hug us till we're 45. When I'm 45, I tell Joel, I bet there'll be a way to fix Mum's eyes. He doubts it, but he wishes Mum could see him when he's swimming freestyle or zooming on his cable. I sure wish Mum could see, especially when there's something too wonderful to describe, like the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls. I wish she could see me too. Mum says she'd love to get a little peek at me or Joel or Dad. Since she can't, she says she takes a double share of touching and hearing us. My aunt tells her I look just the way Mum did when she was a 9-year-old squirt with a gap between her teeth. So I guess Mum has a pretty good picture of me. Anyway, every time I have a birthday, I make 2 wishes over the candles. One for me and one for Mum. I tell Joel I'm scared of becoming blind someday. He says you can't catch blindness like chickenpox. Besides, our doctor says we can't inherit Mum's kind of blindness. Mum sure doesn't seem scared. Once, she did something that none of my friends' mother ever did. She climbed all across a rope course, high in the trees. I was really nervous watching her, but Marit was even worse. She barked the whole time. Afterward, I was very proud of Mum. She was so brave. Mum sure is silly. The way she wakes me up for school in the morning and pretends to gobble me up or kiss me and tickle me all over. She says she can still pick me out of a bunch of kids. I'm the skinniest girl on the block and I still have the biggest feet.